week, what got me or led me into ultra running and long bicycling and things like that, and I told several of you I'm going to do that, tell that story during the talent show. I'll save that for the talent show, so just hold on and wait. And so I haven't shared that yet this week, and I blame it on my dad. And I said it would be a dramatic story, so Dad, I'm going to put my hand on your shoulder here just for dramatic effect. Okay. I can remember back when I was about 10 or 11 years old, my dad said, "Mom, I'm going to go on a walk down Highway 85. I don't know if anybody's ever been between Charlotte and Atlanta, that area, 85. And I'm going to walk for 2 or 3 hours, and you just come and get me wherever I end up." I thought that was awesome. "Dad, can I go?" So, "Yeah, sure, son." So here we go, hiking down 85. Is that getting awkward?
No.
Okay. So here we go down 85, and I can remember this old man and lady pulling up beside us in a station wagon and just looking at us like we're crazy. "Do y'all need a ride? Do y'all need help?" No thanks. We're just walking or hiking, down 85, and we kept going. But I thought it was just so cool, just the things that you find out on the side of the interstate. I remember finding like an old butter knife and just weird things, that you never see. And so we did that, and then you were 51 or so, you say, when you started running 5Ks and stuff, So I started running 5Ks with him, and he come to me one day, this was after I was married, with a newspaper clipping. "Have you ever heard of anybody that run 100 miles? I said, "Well, that don't seem too hard, because I'm thinking over the course of days or weeks." He said, "No, in a 24-hour period, there's a man in the paper here that run 100 miles in 24 hours. And we had never heard of that, so, all of a sudden I'm hooked. We're all hooked. So we went on a 30-mile hike like a week or two after that, just to see if we could do that. And he was stronger than me at that point. We made the 30 miles, but it wasn't all running. It was mostly walking and limping. And so eventually we all signed up for 100-mile races and tried that, Oh, it was hard. And not long after that, too many years after that, he says, "I think I'm going to ride my bicycle to Florida." "Really? From Charlotte, North Carolina, you're going to ride your bicycle to Florida?" "Well, not without me, you're not." So we jumped on our bicycle, we planned it out, jumped on our bicycles, headed out to Florida, 400 miles. 3 days later we made it. And so that's how I got suckered into this hard life of ultra running and bicycling. And so this week as I'm running, I'm thinking, why is my dad that way? Why is he like that and dragging me into this stuff, So I'm looking at my dad and I'm looking at my Uncle Jim this week, and my blame has shifted to Uncle Jim. This is Uncle Jim. Now he bites. This is for dramatic effect, okay? Now, Uncle Jim has 2 younger brothers, Paul and Johnny. He's got younger sisters too, but he's the oldest. And from what my cousin Matt, can I put my hand on your shoulder, Matt? My cousin Matt, come here. From what, we're always been a real tight family. He's always been in Florida, I've been in North Carolina, but we stayed tight. He'd come up for the summers, and we just really stayed tight all these years. But we grew up hearing stories about unreasonable challenges that the older brother put onto the younger brothers. Uncle Jim, can you explain Danger Box to these people? We want to hear about danger. Did you not invent Danger Box?
That's not legal. We can't tell that here.
You can't tell that? Really? Come on now, give us a little.
Well, we had a box.
You had a box.
I had a box. And I made up a lot of silly things you'd have to do. You'd reach in it and draw something out, and whatever it was said you had to do, you did it. And it was always something silly. And the one I remember the most, my brother Paul here pulled one out that says, "You got to go up to that house and knock on the door and when they come to the door, start barking like a dog and get down on the ground and crawl back out to the road. And he did it.
And he did it.
And then when it came my turn to do it, I'd say, I'm tired of this game. Let's play something else.
And these are the stories we grew up hearing. Okay. So,
Cars getting in on it.
and then just unreasonable challenges. You would talk them into jumping off out of trees or jumping down big
Oh,
hills and
Lord,
things like
yeah.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all get the point.
And
Yeah.
live
So-
through it.
Wrestling, rattlesnake.
So this week, during my run, I finally understood why my dad has passed those on to me. So it's Uncle Jim's fault, and he's the reason we're down here hiking around this lake in the full sunshine every day of the week, right? Am I
That's
right?
funny.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
thanks, Uncle Jim. We really appreciate that.
No problem.
You will. And then, but that's how that is really how I came into running. Is my dad dreams up unreasonable challenges and passes them on to me, and I have brothers that follow in the same pattern. But it all started right here. Be proud of your dad, Matt. But I say that, I tell you that story and it's funny and everything, but they have been such an inspiration in my life, Uncle Jim and my dad and their other brother and their sister, just an inspiration in my life. And don't go inspired. Don't live your life uninspired. People have asked me in the past why I run, and I came up with a silly little thing. I would say I run to inspire people, but I also run to be inspired. And that sounds silly, but it's really true. Be inspired about something. Find something to be inspired about. And this week, my mother has inspired me with her 4 days of hiking. And she has been an inspiration to us already. She'll go to all these runs we do and everything, and she'll take pictures. Every year at Christmas, she'll have a big photo album this big that she'll give to me and all my brothers of just the things that we've done during the year. She's been our biggest supporter. And this week, she got to come out and do the adventure herself. And we're real proud of you, Mom, and you're my inspiration. And I know
Especially
you're...
after this week.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's been a long, hard hike.
Yes, it has.
Yeah, that's. She said yes, it has, because she got the big blister to prove it. But that's all I had to say. Everybody wanted to hear the running story, and that's just kind of, in my mind, this week how it developed. It started over here.